Good morning, everyone. Good morning, grade 10. We are still on the continuation of our topic, okay, the ultra, electromagnetic waves or EM waves, which includes your ultraviolet rays and so on. So, by the way, I already done making your grades for the first quarter, and upon checking, some of you didn't actually submit their performance task and even your activities, okay? But anyway, I already did my part in giving you assistance. And aside from that, I am always here to help you out. No worries. Right? So let's continue with, we are done with this with the SPF or sun protection factor. This is against ultraviolet rays, UVB rays. Okay. So let's move forward to X-rays. What's with the X-ray? This is really common. A lot of my students are asking, sure, I heard a lot about X-ray. Yes, X-ray is being used in medical field, right? Let's take a look at what are the uses or what we can actually get out of this X-ray. Okay. X-rays are the electromagnetic waves that have higher frequencies than ultraviolet rays. It is higher because they have frequencies ranging from 3 times 10 to the power of 16 to 3 times 10 to the power of 19 hertz, and waves ranging from 0.01 to 10 nanometers. They are emitted by machines used for medical diagnosis, take note, and industrial machines that are used to measure tiny objects and detect flaws in products. So these are actually used in medical uses or medical diagnosis. Because X-ray is being used, it's widely used, let's take a look at the effects of this. Okay, X-rays in the environment may also originate from a nuclear power plants and from radioactive substances in rocks and other earth materials. In outer space, X-rays are also believed to be emitted during a star formation and explosion. Since frequencies of X-rays are high, take note, they carry energy that is strong enough to cause the ionization of atoms and disruption of molecular bonds. This property makes X-rays an ionizing class of radiation that is very harmful to living tissues. Okay? The interaction between ionizing radiation and matter leads to the formation of particles of opposite electrical charge. So if there is an opposite electrical charge, tendency is what? There might be explosion or there might be a reaction. Okay? X-ray radiation can pass through many materials like your skin. Okay, however, denser materials like your bones absorb X-rays. For example, when you have an X-ray picture of your leg is taken, or if you have an X-ray picture of your leg is taken for fracture detection, the bones in your legs absorb the X-rays while the soft tissues do not. Okay? So tendency is you can actually see a clearer picture of your X-ray. But take note, X-rays are really harmful. This is the reason why in the first trimester of pregnant woman, they are not advised to have an X-ray. Aside from that, we are advised to have X-rays once every 6 months for the reason that these are really harmful to the tissues. It is for the reason that bones appear as a white image in your X-ray film, while the soft tissues are represented by black areas. This happens not only in X-ray pictures of bones, but in all opaque objects. Luggages pass through an X-ray scanner in airports check on drugs, contraband goods, and deadly weapons that may be brought inside the plane or transported to another country. So you can actually see X-ray machines on airports because they need to detect these X-rays are created to detect contrabands, drugs, or even deadly weapon, right? X-rays also used for dental examination and CT scan, an examination that uses X-ray to give more detailed image of an object, especially the brain. They are also used in radiation therapy to kill malignant tumors or cancer cells. Despite the benefits obtained from using X-ray radiation for medical purposes, X-ray is still, again, considered as potential health hazard because of its ionizing property. It can actually ionize. That's the negative effect of X-ray. It is one of the causes of different forms of cancer in humans because, again, humans, we are actually carrying cancer cells on us. It is called the oncogenes. We are actually carrying oncogenes in us. Once the oncogenes activated, it will actually create or it will actually form a cancer, a specific cancer. It depends upon the location of your oncogenes and depends upon the substance or the carcinogen that reacts on it. Okay. Again, in it can cause cancers in human. In the reproductive system, it can cause genetic damage or mutation that may lead to birth defects on diseases. Just like what I had discussed a while ago, that pregnant woman is not really allowed to have X-ray in the first trimester. The main reason is it can actually cause birth defects. Okay, it's the main reason. So if you're going to look at your X-ray, your X-ray is in the, okay, is in here. The photon energy is in 10 to 100 kilovolt, kilo electron volt, okay? And it is actually in the middle of your ultraviolet rays and your gamma rays. Let's move now to gamma rays. Do you have any question with X-rays? Have you encountered X-ray before? Have you tried?
Yes, sir.
What had you feel after? What have you feel after the X-ray?
Don't really remember since I was still like probably 4 or 5 years old when I broke my arm.
All right. And how does it feel?
Feels tingly.
Okay. So usually after X-ray, you don't actually feel anything. But then again, it might be that you can feel heat in you. This is because of the transmission of X-ray. Okay? The transmission of this electromagnetic wave. Let's move now to gamma rays. Thank you for sharing your experience, Holly. Gamma rays are electromagnetic waves that have 10,000 times as much energy as the energy carried by the visible light. See? It has the shortest wavelength. So meaning to say, if it is short, it is the strongest. Okay? The shortest wavelength among the EM waves, less than 1 by 10 raised to negative 11 meters, and the highest frequency, okay, which is greater than 3 times 10 raised to the power of 19 hertz. The great amount of energy that it carries makes it another form of ionizing radiation. Okay. Again, this is the reason why in the Marvel superheroes you can actually see Hulk. Okay. Hulk there is actually manipulated by a gamma rays. He is actually exposed in a gamma radiation. Tendency is he actually changed. But those are just theoretical. It is not really true. In fact, gamma rays are really deadly. Okay? Exposure to this might lead to death. It has a very high penetrating power, greater than an X-ray. It can penetrate many kinds of materials, such as concrete walls, up to 3 meters thick, and human tissues. Very dense materials like lead and certain thickness can be used to slow down its speed or even block it. Both X-rays and gamma rays pose the same kind of hazard, but they differ in origin. Okay? Gamma rays are emitted by a nucleus of a radioactive nuclide or atom while X-rays are emitted by electrons that surrounds the nucleus. So those are their point of origin. Gamma rays are released spontaneously by a certain heavy nuclide of radioactive materials in the process called radioactive decay. Okay? They are also released when a heavy nuclide of radioactive element undergoes nuclear reaction. Okay, the resulting nuclide releases energy in the form of gamma rays. Okay, gamma rays may also originate from human-made sources like nuclear weapons, your atomic bomb, okay, nuclear power plants. Before we have in Bataan power plant, okay, but it is actually closed. It is the project of President Marcos before. Okay, consumer products, tobacco products, and some building materials. These rays stay in the environment, in the atmosphere, or in a solid material for as long as their energy is not used up. Okay, remember that these gamma rays has its own energy, and once it is not used up, it will just stay in the environment for a long period of time until the energy is being used up. A person may absorb gamma rays through direct external exposure or to direct internal exposure. Direct internal exposure may happen when an individual inhales or ingests radioactive materials that are considered as gamma ray emitter. Okay. If we ingest gamma ray emitter, that's internal. Okay. One example of naturally occurring radioactive nuclei are called, or also called, radionuclide in potassium 40. The radionuclide is commonly found in soil and water, and in some cases in food rich in potassium like meat and bananas. Once absorbed by the human body through external and internal exposure, gamma rays can cause mild to severe damage to human tissue that can lead to serious illness like cancer and various forms. Okay, just be careful with this. I'm not telling you that potassium is harmful. Okay, it is not in potassium that we are actually eating. It is in potassium 40. The potassium has a lot of variety. Okay, um, this variety has a lot of purpose also. And this is the reason why scientists until now discovered a lot of variety of um, different elements. So those are created by God for a purpose, and that purpose um, are for us. No, the purpose is for us to discover. Okay. Question so far?
Answer.
All right. So let's move now to the continuation. Okay, gamma rays can kill cells, including cancerous cells. They're actually used in um, cancer therapy. Okay, it actually comprises with the chemotherapy. But again, this is really dangerous. This is the reason why cobalt 60, a gamma ray emitter, is used to treat cancer cells. It also used to sterilize equipment in the hospital. We are using gamma rays in hospital in sterilizing because remember that once gamma rays strikes a surface, it can actually kill the organisms that live in there. So, tendency is we can actually sterilize our equipments, medical equipment in hospitals, and pasteurize food drinks and medicine. Cesium 137 is another gamma ray emitter that can also treat cancer. In industry, both cobalt and cesium are used for measuring thickness of materials such as metallic sheet, paper, film, and other products. But again, it has a harmful effect to your tissues and to your cells. Cosmic rays. Okay? Cosmic radiation is another form of high energy radiation that comes from the outer space beyond the solar system. But it's unknown but of unknown origin. We don't really know the origin of this cosmic rays, but this is a radiation. Okay, it is a gamma radiation. It is commonly consists of high energy particles of protons and atomic nuclei. The high energetic particles are very dangerous, but they never reach Earth. Have you seen a cosmic rays? Everyone, have you seen one? Not yet. So this is your cosmic rays. Okay. Do you know what is this? Do you know what is that? Everybody? Correct. The Aurora Borealis. This is Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis is a, a reaction. Okay, it is actually a cosmic ray. Correct. You heard it right. This is a reaction between protons, neutrons, even positive and negative ions in the atmosphere. Okay, but this will never actually penetrate Earth. Okay, you can actually observe this one because this is in the outer space. Okay, let's take a look at cosmic ray. Okay, they are actually filtered out by the atmosphere and deflected by a magnetic field between Earth's atmosphere and its source. Remember that Earth has its own magnetic field. So there is a reaction between the negative and positive ions in the atmosphere and the protons and neutrons of some elements in the atmosphere. Plus the what? The magnetic field of Earth. Okay. The cosmic rays that manage to penetrate Earth interact quickly with the particles in the atmosphere that produce charged particles, much lower energy, and become harmless. These are now harmless. But without the atmosphere, this is the reason why Earth is really habitable. Okay, Earth is really um, a biosphere. When you say biosphere, this is a that layer of a planet which is habitable, which enables life um to grow. Okay, this is the reason why Earth is really protected. Okay, and if you're going to look at the Bible, Earth was prepared by God. Okay, He actually given us a shield of protection. But the problem here, okay, the big problem here is we are actually trying to destroy what nature has given to us. That's the reason. And we are destroying it for our own benefit. But we already benefited out of it. That's the problem. Okay? Right? Let's continue. The cosmic rays that manage to penetrate Earth interact quickly with the particles in the atmosphere, which produce charged particles, much lower energy, and become harmless. The interaction results in of either be Aurora Borealis, the one that I have let you see, okay, the northern lights, the famous northern lights, okay, in the northern hemisphere, or the Aurora Australis, okay, the southern lights in the southern hemisphere, okay. This one, this is the Aurora Borealis. Do you have any questions so far with our discussed topic or the previously discussed topic?
None so far, sir.
All right. So let me discuss to you our coverage for the mastery test. Your mastery test is fast approaching. You need to be ready. Settle your accounts first, okay? So that you will not have problem during the examination day, right? Let me discuss the coverage for your second mastery tests. Electromagnetic waves, electromagnetic spectrum, radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet rays, ultraviolet waves, X-rays, gamma rays, and cosmic rays. So those are included in your mastery tests. What else? Um, we are actually the SEC officers and the other officers already sent a picture. Okay, already sent a picture in the faculty. But then again, we are thinking about those officers that don't have uniform, okay, with the picture. Mom Cherry is looking forward of what we can do to have you with a picture in uniform. Okay, we are still making a tarpaulin for the set of officers, the SSC and the class officers. Right? I'll just give you an update. What else? Um, the exam is quite 40 or 50 points. Let me check. We still have time. Science 10. Okay, the exam is quite 50 points, right? And I know that you can do it. Right? Do you have any questions so far? Questions, everyone?
None, sir.
Right. I think that will be all for today. Expect for a series of activities next meeting and the following meetings. Okay, I think that will be all for today, class. Thank you for your participation, grade 10. Good luck for your upcoming second master test. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Take care.
Fine, thank you, sir.